Hey bakers, I'm Justin Jacobs here at the Baking Buddy Kitchen, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make fondant from scratch in your own home with just 2 ingredients. Normally to get fondant you have to order it out and it's a very expensive, long process. It works out for professional bakers because they use a lot of fondant every single day. But for just a simple baker, making fondant from scratch is absolutely simple and easy. And today I'm going to be showing you exactly how you do that so you can make the perfect decorations for anything you're baking. Alright, I'm so excited. I can't wait to start making this fondant with you guys. Are you ready? Okay bakers, so what we're going to need for our fondant is going to be marshmallows and powdered sugar. We are going to also use a little bit of water, and that's it. Now the key to getting your fondant right is going to be to understand the portions of ingredients and how they affect the consistency of your fondant. Now if you want a firm fondant, you're going to want to use more powdered sugar and less water. But if you want a softer fondant, then you're going to use more water and less sugar. This will also come into play depending on the temperature and time of year. If it's cooler where you are, you're going to want to go for a softer fondant because fondant gets a lot more stiff in the cold. And if you're in a warm environment, you use more sugar to get a firm fondant. Now making the fondant has 2 phases. Number 1, mixing. Number 2, kneading. And that's literally it. This is how simple. All we're going to do is take about 2 tablespoons of water and just pour it all around our marshmallows. Give it a quick mix, and then we're going to pop this in the microwave for 30-second intervals until it's all melted down. Now while we're kneading our fondant, we're going to want it to be soft so that it's easier to work with. So we're going to make it a little softer, and then you can always add more powdered sugar to just firm it up. It's not going to be that ready just yet, so we're just going to mix it around and pop it back in the microwave. There we go, looking beautiful. Now this is a little bit too hot, so we're going to temper this by adding a few unmelted marshmallows to this batter and then let the heat of the already melted marshmallows melt down the remaining marshmallows. Now we have nicely tempered melted marshmallows. And now we're ready to start adding our icing sugar. Now this icing sugar has been sifted out and fluffed up a little bit. We're going to add almost all of it, just leave a little bit in the bowl. And don't worry, you're not going to get a very even mix at this point. We're just trying to roughly combine it so that there's not a bunch of gooey ooey marshmallow. And then we're just going to mix this and fold it around. So now we've gone ahead and blended, but this is too thin. We want it thicker than that, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more powdered sugar. And that's the beautiful thing about making fondant. It's not an exact science. Anytime you need more sugar, you can add more sugar, and if it's too firm, you can always add more water. Now it's going to be lumpy and clumpy while you're mixing it, and that's okay because we're going to smooth it out during the kneading process. Alright, now it's just getting a little bit more firm than I want to, and that's why I went ahead and saved some of our marshmallow, and it'll smooth together nicely. So just keep doing this until you get it over to whatever consistency you want. So now we're about done with the mixing phase, and now you're going to dump it onto your surface to knead. Now if you're not using your baking buddy, you're going to want to go ahead and take a lot of shortening and put a thick layer on so it doesn't get that sticky. But we're using our baking buddy today, so we're not going to have to do anything. Now we're just going to go ahead and toss this onto our baking buddy and begin kneading. Now what I normally do is take a little bit of oil and just pour it into my palms, rub them nice and neatly. That way our hands don't get that sticky. Now we're just going to go ahead and knead this. Careful because it's still a little bit hot. We're definitely going to need some more icing sugar. So anytime you need more icing sugar, just flatten it out, sprinkle some icing sugar over it, and then just continue to knead it. The more we knead this, the smoother it's going to get. Now to see the video where I explain the proper technique to kneading, you can actually go ahead and click right here. Whenever I push my fingers down, I'm noticing it's still a little bit sticky. So I'm just going to keep on adding powdered sugar until I'm satisfied. If you want to see in slow motion what I'm doing, I'm basically just taking the fondant, folding it into a third, pressing it down, and repeating that process. The more we knead, the smoother that it gets. And as you can see, absolutely nothing is sticking onto our baking buddy. That's why I love to knead on this thing. It makes the whole kneading process so much easier. Normally making fondant is such a messy procedure, but this way, it's no stress. Now we've gotten our fondant to about the consistency we wanted. And the best way to test it out is going to be fondant that we can just pull apart and it'll stretch about a couple inches and break, just like that. That's exactly how we want it. Now we could not have done this so easily without our baking buddy. It's a non-stick silicone surface for your baking pans that provides you the perfect medium to bake on. It also has everything a baker needs, like measurements, metric conversions, and a standard cookie recipe printed right on the surface. The silicone evenly distributes heat so that you get the same quality of baking that you could only get with an expensive industrial oven. In fact, you can click right over here and watch a quick video that shows you all of the other amazing things your baking buddy can do. Now our fondant is ready to be rolled out. So all we're going to do is go ahead and just knead it a little bit more on our table. Just like that. And at this point, you're just going to roll it out to whatever size you want your fondant. So now I've gotten my fondant to about the thickness I want it, and all I'm going to do is just take a regular cookie cutter, cut the shape I want, take it off, pull it out, and there you have it, a beautiful fondant heart. There we go, now we have fresh fondant made from scratch. Did you see how easy that was? 3 steps: mixing, kneading, rolling. Now I just want you guys to see this for a second. This is the bowl we just used to mix our marshmallows. And as you can see, it's stuck. I cannot get it off. Now take a look at our baking buddy, the same mat that we dumped it onto. And look at that, look how clean it is. Absolutely nothing sticks to this thing. Thanks again for joining me in the Baking Buddy kitchen today. I had a blast making some fondant with you guys. Leave us a comment, tell us what you want to see next week, and I'll see you then. Thanks again for joining me in the kitchen today. If you had as much fun as I did, make sure you hit that subscribe button so I can see you next week. Also, leave me a comment letting us know what we should bake. If we use your suggestion, we'll make sure to give you a shout out. But why stop there? Let's keep this party going. You can click on either side of me for more video recipes, or if you want to learn a little more about our baking buddy, you can click right below me to see a quick video that shows you how it all works. Also, you can join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest, where you'll find more recipes, more tips, and pictures of the amazing creations that you've sent us. Remember, our community is not complete without you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next week.